Welcome to Krishna Culture Storytime. Today we're going to read another version of Brigu's test. This is Brighu Muni's quest on who is the Supreme. And this is a book that was published by Isvara and illustrated by Vandana. Long, long ago, great sages gathered on the banks of the holy river Sarasvati to perform a great sacrifice and to hear the Vedic stories. Not only were they expert in the performance of austerities, they were also greatly learned sages. Once, they all began debating about the absolute truth. While debating various Vedic topics, one of the sages got everyone's attention by asking an interesting question. Among Lord Shiva, Brahma, and Vishnu, who is the most supreme? Everything we see in this world sprung from the navel of Lord Brahma, one rishi began. He is the spiritual grandfather of all. Lord Vishnu is the supreme creator and maintainer of all beings. Even demigods beg for his advice and shelter during difficult times, another sage added. The last opinion was given by a Muni. Lord Shiva's power destroys everything, therefore everything must originate from him. Even in the Vedic stories, different statements are found. In some places it is said Shiva is the greatest, and elsewhere it is said Narayan is the greatest. The sages had a lively conversation. It seemed they could not just accept one Vedic conclusion as authority. They mostly preferred gaining knowledge through the mind and senses, considering this alone to be a valid method of ascertaining the truth. It was finally agreed that the son of Lord Brahma, Brighu, would take up the quest to test each of the three predominating deities of this mature world. The sages said to Brighu, "You are the mind-born son of Brahma. You are senior to us in every respect, and you are the best of the knowers of the truth. You go and determine who is the greatest. Then return and remove our doubts. We will accept whatever you say as truth." Brighu thought about this plan. "I will test their tolerance," he decided. "The one who appears most humble will not react to me. His supremacy will be shown in the mode of goodness. Brahma is my father, Shiva is my brother, and Vishnu is my grandfather. They are all part of my family. In order to complete my experiment, they may be offended," the young sage reflected. Casting his hesitation aside, he departed for Brahmaloka to complete the duty given to him by his elders. When he arrived, his father, Lord Brahma, called out to him, "My dear son, you have come!" Because Brighu wanted to test whether Brahma had the quality of goodness, he did not listen attentively to his father. He neither offered prayers nor respectful obeisances to his father. He neglected whatever etiquette a son is expected to show his father. Seeing the disrespectful behavior of his son, Brahma became very angry and appeared like the incarnation of Agni. When Brighu saw his father's angry mood, he ran away in fear that he would be cursed and turned to ashes. Everyone present there held the feet of Brahma and pacified him, saying, "Please, don't be so cruel to your son." Out of affection for his son, Brahma then controlled his anger as fire is extinguished with water. After testing Brahma, Brighu went directly to Kailash to test Shiva. When Brighu arrived at Mount Kailash, he saw that Lord Shiva had been in a deep meditation. "He is known to be a perfect yogi," the Muni thought. "Certainly he will pass my test." Although his eyes were closed, Lord Shiva saw his younger brother approaching from his inner eye. When Shiva saw Muni, he became happy. He and Parvati stood up with due respect. Displaying the etiquette of an elder brother, the three-eyed Shiva personally rose to embrace Brighu with affection. Much to Lord Shiva's unpleasant surprise, Brighu withdrew in a display of disgust. He said, "My dear Mahesh, please do not touch me. You wear all the symbols of an atheist. You always keep bhutas, prichas, pichashas, and other untouchable atheists around you. Your behavior is full of contradictions. What scripture says that one can decorate his body with bones and ashes? If you touch me, I will have to bathe. Therefore, O Lord of the Bhuttas, please stay away from me." Brighu spoke like this to test Shiva. Otherwise, he would never criticize Shiva. When the three-eyed Shiva heard Brigu's insulting words, he became angry and at once picked up his trident. Lord Shiva forgot all the respect an elder brother generally gives to his brother, and he assumed his form as the annihilator. As Shiva took up his trident to kill Brighu, Parvati quickly came and caught hold of Shiva's hand. She then grabbed Shiva's feet and said, "O Lord, should an older brother become so angry?" On hearing Parvati's words, Lord Shiva became pacified. Brighu Muni surrendered to Lord Shiva with folded hands and said, "I was only testing you to see how quickly you come to anger," he explained. After his close call with Lord Shiva, Brighu then went on to Vaikuntha, the abode of Lord Vishnu. The Lord was lying on a jeweled bed, and Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, was engaged in massaging his lotus feet. Brighu then approached Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu remained in his deep trance-like rest and did not greet the sage. Brighu Muni saw this as a chance to enact his test. Brighu Muni then did a most unimaginable thing. He kicked the Lord on the chest. "Wake up and welcome your guest," he insisted. Lord Vishnu awoke instantly. His face looked very gentle and peaceful as he sweetly spoke with soft words. He gently caressed Brighu Muni's foot and said, "You must have hurt yourself. My chest is so hard. Are you okay?" He then offered Brighu an excellent sitting place, washed his feet, and then begged forgiveness from him as if he had committed an offense. "I have committed an offense because I was unaware of your arrival, and I did not receive you properly. I beg you to pardon me. This water was used to wash your feet, and it is so pure it can sanctify the places of pilgrimage. All the universes situated within my body, as well as the rulers of all the planets, all of us have been purified today by this water that has washed your feet." Hearing the Lord's words and seeing his humble behavior, Brighu concluded that Lord Vishnu was certainly beyond the influence of lust, anger, greed, and illusion. Brighu was struck with wonder as he lowered his head in shame. Whatever he did was not on his account, rather he acted on the inspiration of Providence. After seeing the exhibition of the Lord's love and affection, he was filled with devotional love and began to dance. As he became absorbed in devotional sentiments, he exhibited symptoms like laughing, shivering, perspiring, loss of consciousness, hair standing on end, and shouting loudly, "Lord Vishnu is the Lord and the life of all." Brighu danced as he declared this truth. Brighu returned to the assembly of the sages on the bank of river Sarasvati to deliver the news. Seeing Brighu, everyone became joyful and asked, "O Brighu, what sort of behavior have you seen? We will accept whatever you say as conclusive." Then Brighu described his experiences. He explained in detail the characteristics of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, and then spoke the following words. "Narayan, the Lord of Vaikuntha, is the greatest of all. This is the truth, the truth, the truth. Lord Vishnu is the controller and father of all. Even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva work under his direction. He is the doer, creator, and protector. Therefore one should worship his lotus feet without doubt. I have found that Sri Vishnu is the Supreme Personality. His tolerance and humility are beyond comparison. Anyone who desires fearlessness should immediately submit to his lotus feet. Therefore, all should sing the glories of the Lord and worship him." After hearing Brighu's statements with great attention, the sages became free from doubt and concluded that Lord Vishnu is the greatest. The sages then offered their respects to Brighu and said, "You have cleared our doubts and made our minds peaceful." Immediately all the rishis arose, dancing and singing the Lord's glories. "Jai Shri Hari, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Hari, Jai Shri Vishnu." The Sankirtan became so joyful that demigods rode there in their heavenly chariots to witness it. The end. Well, I hope you enjoyed Brighu's test. This is a very nice story to show how Lord Vishnu is the supreme of the three deities, Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiva. You can buy this book at krishnaculture.com. If you like these videos, please don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Haribol.